here. That's really, really sweet to see, y'all. It really is. If you want prayer, is that too loud?
No.
Pull
Pull it away.
I don't like these darn things. I'll be real careful with my language. If the only prayer you ever said was one of gratitude, that would suffice. That's Master Eckhart, a great mystic in the Christian tradition, but after a point, you don't say what tradition, you're just a mystic. You're just a seeker, and you want to know. But think about it. When he said that the only real place you held was gratitude, it couldn't help but open your heart and make you see. And we're going to talk about that. Ernest Holmes, and you got to keep me on track, okay? Right? Because I'm good. Terrible this time stuff. Ernest Holmes, I always like to bring in Ernest because he's kind of part of this whole story. He said, gratitude is one of the chief graces of human existence, and is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. God, isn't that beautiful? You know, it took me a while to find him saying gratitude, but when he did, he said it beautifully. He opened up the heart of it. You know, it's a grace. That's the word I want you to think about as we go through today. Grace. Grace and love. Okay. I'm going to read them. Everybody's heard of Rudy, right? Rudy. Okay, so a little Rudy, just a little Rudy. First off, I'm going to give a commentary on, and a little bit longer, I'll tell you, the Sufis, because I was asked last week, going to say some Sufi wisdom. I don't know what Sufi wisdom is for sure, but I'm going to talk a little bit about Shakur. We've heard that name before, but I'll come back to that. And this is by Coleman Barks, and he talks about, in his poetry, Shakur, and he calls it, it's the grateful. What we most want comes through how we fail and get humbled. Then there is an herb garden with many delicate and pungent plants. Sometimes a good friend will quietly show how what you thought you were doing well, like teaching a class, is not really very valuable to anyone, a waste of time. That's a really good friend. And I'm grateful, Andrew. Yeah, I think you're talking about Andrew Harvey here. Me and Andrew Harvey had a relationship. Gratitude is a quality I'm good at. It wells up. It wants me to be more careful, more diligent. Not impeccable, never claiming that. There is one who is made of all these qualities. It is you, the one unable to describe itself. Be grateful for that. And that's a little bit kind of a poetic way of saying it, but it's all right here. Everything is right here. So I'm Paul. Paul. How did you get away? You were the pet falcon of an old woman. Did you hear the king's falcon drum? You were a drunken songbird put in a cage with owls. Did you smell the fragrance of a garden? You got tired of sour fermenting and left the tavern. You went like an arrow to the target from the bow of time and place. The man who stays at the cemetery pointed away, but you did not go. You became light and gave up wanting to be famous. You do not care about what you are going to eat, so why buy an engraved belt? I have heard of living at the center, but what about leaving the center of the center, flying towards thankfulness? You become the rare bird with one ring made of fear and one of hope. One wing of fear and one of hope. A great place for gratitude to begin. By the way, I just got these glasses to do, and so I'm not sure I'm seeing everything correctly. Words I wrote. I'm just grateful I can see. So I had to tilt my head this way because they're really strange. Oh, yeah.
These are arms are long.
Yeah. That's how I discovered the voice. One wing of fear, one of hope. What a great place for gratitude to begin. The wings lift your heart. They liberate you to love our fears, but not be owned by them. Is one of life's greatest teachers. Think about what you fear, and then to be able to put your arms around it in love. What a teacher. By seeing our fears clearly, we are freed from their hold on us. When you see something clearly, that fear releases. Such grace, such grace, and is deserving incredible gratitude. Gratitude doesn't come from easy things. It really comes at its depth from what's difficult. Hope brings us energy and inspiration. And from this comes change that awakens us from the dream. Are you awake yet this morning? Are you out of the dream yet? And towards the heart. When you go towards the heart, you have a motivation, you have a call for constant gratitude. Constantly. Now, Holmes, I love it when you say that gratitude is grace. It really is. Knowing gratitude. Think about when you sit around at Thanksgiving. Okay? Now, Thanksgiving is a good example. And you're with people that you really love. And hopefully you may say grace before the meal, right? How good that feels. How wonderful it feels to be with people you love, enjoying this time, and realizing I have a motivation to focus on gratitude. And then all of a sudden your heart warms up. Your heart gets softer. Okay? So it's grace. Just gratitude. I'm going to read you about grace for a minute. This is one of my favorite books. His name is Anashanti. And I'm just going to read a paragraph because I love what he says about grace. Because the more gratitude, the more grace, the more grace, the more gratitude. It's kind of an Ouroboros. It feeds on itself. Okay? In essence, grace is anything that helps us truly open our minds, our bodies, our emotions, our hearts. Sometimes grace is soft and beautiful. It appears as insight. It comes as a sudden understanding, or maybe just a blooming of our hearts, the breaking open of our emotional bodies, so that we can feel more deeply and connect with what is and with each other in a deeper way. Grace can also be quite fierce. There are times in life that are very, very trying. At that time, grace might be hard to recognize, but as we think back to these powerful times in our lives, we can start to see the great gift that was received. Now, I'm talking about, because I want to look at grace today in places you may not look for it. You may not think about grace. Now, we don't change unless we look. Okay? We look for insights. Now, humans don't usually look for insights unless we get it out of trouble. But to change, insights are tough. Understanding that comes from deep introspection. To stop and really look. There's too much discomfort in that process. But the rewards can be life-changing and deserving our most profound gratitude. So I'm going to read, people asked about gratitude and the Sufis. And our word, as I said, is shakur. And we all should, in the feminine form of that is, what's the feminine form of that?
Shakura.
Shakura, right. When you have a name, it's an ally. It's your ally. It's your place of strength. It's a place that you can draw on. So for Shakura, it's the one who sends gratitude into the depth of the lover's heart. the love. Okay? The source of love. Several of the root forms of shakur have physical meanings that refer to others, our breast filling up, and to the sensation of letting down of a mother's milk. As reflected in human beings, it means to turn your attention with thankfulness towards inward perfection. Repetition of shakur is an antidote for dissatisfaction with the falseness or incompleteness of the world. So I'm saying that because the world, the candle was even lit, we can get caught in that. And gratitude, we want to come back to gratitude. When you feel gratitude in your heart, your gaze can then be directed outward to the sign, all the signs, all the symbols of God in this world. Ultimately, the heart overflows like a fountain with gratitude onto the tongue, the limbs, and all the actions of a grateful servant. Another root meaning of shakur is to forgive and to bless. To forgive and to bless. It comes into this a lot. So, I want to talk about the pain that we feel and how gratitude reminds us what to do with pain sometimes. Okay? I'm going to share, because that's what's asked, to share to be more personal when you're up here. So I'm going to talk about some events and how when I turned it around with gratitude, how I was taught this, it changed my life. I'm an 18, 19-year-old guy. I'm in a gang. This is true. This is history. Hard to believe I look so sweet now. But I was in a gang, and it was not a great gang. It was not the Boy Scouts. Okay? And I ended up with a choice. The county prosecutor said, son, you can either go in the military or you can go someplace where you don't have as much freedom as you do in the military. Which isn't a lot, by the way. So obviously I took the military. And you might say, wow, that's a tough one. How can you be grateful for that? It changed my life. When I look back on it, there's a lot of things about it that weren't comfortable or easy. But it taught me some things that changed my life. It changed how certain people that I was with, who I looked for friends. It taught me about violence. But it also taught me about discipline. And I didn't know about discipline before that, believe me. But I found out that discipline is something to be grateful for. Discipline is something that is a grace. You're not running amok. You're disciplined. So, I learned about that, and I'm grateful. To this day, I have no remorse at all for my wayward ways as a youth. I mean, I'm sorry for the things I might have caused other people. Like, okay. But I'm grateful for the discipline. I look at all these other pains in my life. In the 30s, when I was in my early 30s, I went through a very difficult time. Thought I was abandoned, everything. And I lost 50 pounds. I was in such distress. Yeah, at that time, it was pretty significant when you're 30 years old. My teacher was in India. He came back. He gave me teachings about how hard it was to learn to love yourself. And he taught me how to love. The pain was incredible, but when he taught me that, it changed my life. I can stand in my shoes right now and just love. I don't have to have anything in return. So, I can't help but be grateful for the pain in my life. I'm asking you to look at the same thing in your life right now. To look at your life and say, where was the discomfort, the turmoil? Did you let it teach you? And if you did, find a gratitude for it. It's a grace. It's a blessing. Everything that comes out like that is a grace. So, the idea of looking deeply at the journey we travel, it gives us the divine. It allows us to learn to see the greater view. And we're never going to understand it because it's bigger than our mind can wrap around. But we can be grateful for it. Because, wow, what an adventure. Look at that. Look around you right now. Look at the people that share your adventure. Look at the adventure and how people, you don't even know it, but they change you. Right, we got just a couple more, okay? I want you to look around. I want you to stand up, okay? If you can. I mean, you don't have to stand up, but if you can. I want you to look around. Well, where's your girl? Oh, there she is. So I've known Tony for ever and ever, a long time. How could I not be grateful for knowing this man? Really? Seriously, look at it. You just can't help but be grateful. Well, not to put him on the spot, but it's a wonderful thing because it's grace. And so we're going to just let people know we're grateful. We're grateful for our pains. We're grateful for what we've learned. We're grateful for them. Kate feeds me like I'm not going to live for another day sometimes. How could I not be grateful for her loving nurturance of me? Seriously. What am I? I'm so what?
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. Tell people you're grateful. Let them know you're grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful, man. You're for your singing.
I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
So I want to end by just saying one of the great hallmarks of traits that we carry with us is to remember. The more you remember, the more you can be present. Remember your gratefulness. When you're out walking, sometimes stop. Look around. Look around and just be grateful. Because really, that's what makes you alive. And you're grateful, the grace of gladness is there. And you all know gratefulness all your days. Thank you.